His kingdom is forever. God placed them as a king. And he's the King of kings and Lord of lords. Drops of wisdom of the Word of God that can and will make a waterfall of healings and deliverances if we believe it and apply it in our daily living. It is hard sometimes to believe because we have the tendency to doubt and fear more common than believing and obeying. But believing and obeying causes growth and maturity. It will move us higher and deeper in the knowledge of God. It will make us stronger in Him. If we apply this principle of obeying the Word of God, will make a difference in us. Well, let's look at this. There's three dimensions to put it somehow, or the three different dimensions: spiritual, celestial, or heavenly, spiritual, and human. From here, human, spiritual, and heavenly. Humans, we move in this earth. Spiritual, well, we see the demons moving and doing great damage in so many minds and people. But the heavenly is where God moves, and we have access. We can penetrate the heavens, all the celestials. We can penetrate up to the third heaven and hear what God is saying because we have the faith that works. Well, let's look at it. Hebrews 11, verse 1 says, faith makes us sure of what we hope for and gives us proof of what we cannot see. Let's say it again. Faith makes us sure, gives us an assurance of what we're hoping. Well, let's look at another version. Hebrews 11:1 says, in the Passion Bible says, now faith brings our hopes into reality. Again, faith brings our hopes into reality. And also says it becomes the foundation needed to acquire the things we long for. It is all the evidence required to prove what is still unseen. Well, if I put it in my words, it says faith makes me have the assurance that whatever I'm hoping for, whatever I'm waiting on God for, it will come to pass. But also says it provides all the foundation needed to give me what I'm hoping or waiting on God for. Well, we walk by faith, not by sight. We need that. We need to realize that. Now, in the Amplified Bible, it says, now faith is the assurance, the title deed, or confirmation of things hoped for. See, I have a paper, spiritual paper that says, because I'm believing, I have it. See, but God can only back up His word, not what I want. See, He's not going to give me what I want. He has committed to us to provide what we need, not what we want. There's things that we want that He does not necessarily will provide, but He will provide all your needs according to His riches of glory. Now, if I understand this correctly, then faith is the assurance, the title deed, the confirmation of things hoped for. Divinely guaranteed. Wow. Let me put it this way. You penetrated the heavenlies and have touched heaven with your faith. And it will bring in the spiritual, and it will bring down to earth what you have been hoping for. God is providing things that you need. Why? Because God is faithful to His word. Now, if we look at it like that, then this makes sense because I have the title deed, I divinely guaranteed, and the evidence of things not seen, the conviction of their reality. Faith comprehends as fact what cannot be experienced by physical senses. Faith says to me, as a matter of fact, you have what you have been believing for. Okay, you have what you have been believing for. Therefore, then, if you by faith receive it, then you have to be connected with the Word. You have to be connected with God. See, this is the thing. We have to understand that on this earth, we walk by faith. We connect to the heavens only if we believe. When you believe the Word of God, then things change around you. That's why people are happy. You know, you see people happy, you see people prosperous, you see people receiving things that they're hoping or waiting on God for, and you say, well, why do they believe things and they get it? And I believe things and don't get it. Well, they walk by faith, and maybe I'm not walking by faith. See, faith produces. The Word of God comes and is loaded, it's so charged with faith that when it hits anybody that believes it, makes an explosion of faith and will produce things that that person, that family, those communities are believing for. See, the Word of God comes and connects to faith, but it's charged with faith. But if it's connected with faith, see, when my lips talk the Word of God, when I speak the Word of God, life and death is on the tongue. Words. Words are important. Faith, it is expressed by words. But if you see in heaven, you get things by faith. So maybe we can put it like the monetary or currency in heaven is faith. You exchange faith, but you exchange faith by the words of your mouth. You put a deposit in heaven with your words. So when people believe, they can get what they believe because they will be convinced by faith that whatever they're waiting on God to come, it'll come. They will be so convinced by faith that they will be able to see something that doesn't exist yet. It's not there, it's not real physically, but for them it's real. That's why some people are happy and they rejoice, and we're crying and complaining and saying, why not me? Why him? You know, maybe because he's white and blonde, but I'm brown and you know, dark hair and not blue eyes. And you complain too much. We complain too much instead of believing. Get things by faith. Watch how God backs up faith. Not the skin color, not your race. God will back up faith. Believe and receive. But get that faith that gives you conviction that you know, 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 that you have it. See, we just walk the process of faith. We just got something by faith that it was not possible to receive. We have traveled, we have gone through different countries, and we walk by faith. Sometimes we just go with the money to get there, and God provides to get back. We're here, we're back. But see, you have to believe. I can tell you stories about that. See, we were traveling, and at the airport in Guadalajara, a man was waiting to give us the money that we needed to travel. We didn't know each other, but by faith we bought it. We didn't think of it. We just heard the Lord says go, so we went. The man was waiting for us and had my name and says, "Are you Jorge Gutierrez?" And he had an envelope that says, "Been waiting for here for more than 2 hours. Here you go, the money for you to travel." God provided, but see, in my heart, I had the conviction, go by faith to receive things. Now, why does this happen? Faith works if you apply it. Drops of wisdom of the Word of God can make a difference. Hello, beloved. Blessed be. God can make a difference in your life. Let God shine in you. If you do not know Jesus, receive Jesus in your heart, invite him, and receive him by faith. He died for you. He's waiting for you to say, come into my heart. Have a blessed evening. Drops of wisdom of the Word of God can make a big difference if you apply it in your daily living. Blessings.